Okay, so in this video I'm going to take a look at how we might go about modelling this here toy camera, which is taken out of the World of Graphics on page 145. So you can see the main parts of it here, the body, and then you've got the lens, and you've got this little flash which is from the plan. When you're looking down you see these broken lines, so it means it goes the whole way through. So I'm going to start with the body here, which is 100 long and then 70 high and 20 depth. So to start that I need to create a new document. I'll just call this toy camera. Hit create and it should bring it up here. I'm going to start by drawing this on the front plane, so my preferred way of doing that there is to hit sketch and then look for where it is asked which sketch plane, and I'm going to bring it to the front plane and then hit the letter N, which brings it normal to. Now I could take a number of ways of going about drawing this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to the sketch tool, pick a corner rectangle, make sure it's a corner rectangle, and I want it in line with the origin, and I'll drag it out along here. Make sure you hit escape to get out of the tool. See, it's active when it's coloured, and then when it's not active it won't be coloured in. So I'm going to put in the sizes, so it was 100 in this direction and then 75 in this direction, and I'll hit the letter F to bring it into focus again. See, now that's a bit better. 100 by 75. Just double check that to make sure that I'm right. It's not 75, it's actually 70. So I want to change that dimension there to 70. So 100 by 70, and you can see that these blue lines here are show that it's not defined. So if I was to move that around left to right, it could happen. So what I want to do is put in another dimension, and that will be from the origin here to the sideline. Now I'll do that again because sometimes it can be hard to select that, the origin. So I'll just come in at it from this angle here, and when it highlights, click it, click to the side, and I want to have that centered. So I'll leave that at 50. So now I have everything is black, which means it's defined. In addition to that, there's a little flash up on the right hand side here, which is 10 in and 25 long, and then 10 in and 12 down that way. So I'm going to go up to my corner rectangle again. I'm just going to draw it anywhere here, and just to kind of prove the point about it being defined and not defined, I could move that now. That could move with me anywhere because there's no sizes on it if I click and drag it. So the size that I want to make this here is, I want to make it 25 this way, and I want to make it 12 this way. Then the distance from the end line here at the top is meant to be 10. I'm dragging these measurements out just so that they can be seen, and it has to be 10 from the end line to the edge of the camera. Now that's gone at 16, I don't want that. I want to double click it, hit in 10, and it's adjusted that now. So, and I can move these around to be a wee bit closer into the object. Not that it makes a huge difference, but we can see your sizes there now match the sizes that are given to us in the drawing. So from there, what I want to do is I want to name that sketch. That's a sketch of the body. I'm going to OK it then. Make sure you don't close that there, because all you'll be doing is opening up another sketch, and you can see what I've drawn here now. In order to get that then to the next stage, what I'm going to do is I'll select it. You can see it's come up orange. So all I've done was click on it. I'll go up here to the extrude. So it's the features toolbar. I'm going to extrude that. I'll rename it body. I want to extrude that to a depth of 20, and that's it, because it was set up as 25 initially, and it's a new, and that's fine. So now I have the body of the camera drawn. The next stage of what I want to do is I want to draw the circles here, which are make up the lens. And I see the two circles here are diameter, one of them's big one's diameter 50, small one's diameter 35. So I'll just go and I'm going to sketch. And now to sketch this next part, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click sketch. It's going to ask me what plane I want to sketch on. And I'm going to go over to the face of this and click it. You can see it says face of extrude body. Hit the letter N, go to where the circle feature is here, circle command here is. I'm going to draw a circle, and it's still in the circle command, so I can draw another circle. So just make sure it's hovering over the dot. If it's not, like it's not here, what I can do is I'll escape the circle, and I can click the two center points, go up to the features or the properties tab here. I want these to be coincident. So now the two circles are on the same center. You may get that you're able to do that without doing what I'm after doing there. I'll just delete it again and do that again. So I can draw the circle and then just make sure it's highlighted on the center point, and it's going to pick it up like that. You don't need to do the properties thing unless you have them off center. So that's called concentric circles. Now I want to put in the dimensions. The big one here is 50. And then the small one is 35. And then I want to put in the dimension of the center to the side, which is 35. And then the distance that it is from the center to the bottom, which is also 35. Just double check that. Yep, so it's in 35, and then halfways of 70 will be 35, because you can see the center line is shown here in this, which might not be immediately obvious. So the sketch there is of the lens. I'll OK that. And now what I want to do is I want to put the arrow between the two circles. I'm going to click that. You can see it's highlighted. And then I'll extrude that. I forget what distance it is. And I look at the plan. I see it's 20 millimeters. So again, that's set to 25. And now I have an opportunity to make that two separate parts, or I just add it on. And I think I'm going to go with add on. And I'll rename it as well, lens. If you put it new, it'll be a different color just to show you that it's a different part, because it'll create a new part. But this is all one part here. So that's the camera. That's the main part of the camera. What I would like people to have a go at drawing. It's pretty simple, straightforward. And I can go up here to my view, put it isometric or whatever. So again, if I wanted to add another feature to this here, or something to this, I'll maybe put in a color. So I'll go over to the appearance panel, pick a color that I would like, double click it, pick out whatever color that you want to have here. So I don't know, maybe I'll go for a light green color, and I'll close that tab by clicking it again. And maybe one other thing that maybe I could do on this here would be to add a sketch of a name. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on sketch again. It's asking me for what sketch plane. I'm going to pick the front face, go normal 2. And just as an example, what I'll do is I'll pick text here. And I'm going to put in a text box. You can see there's a whole lot of different text that you could use. I really don't know what it's going to look like. I'll just put in name here. And I'll go with that, and I'll OK that. It'll take a little second. Now you can see the name, it's blue because it's not defined either. So I'm going to give a size for that there, maybe make it a little bit smaller. And I can put a distance and to the edge as well too, so I'll go 6. And you can, if you put in your own name, you can decide what distances you want to use in that there. I'm really only guessing these. Now you can see it's black because it's defined, it's set in space, and I'll just type the sketch in its name. And I have a few options in this here of what I want to do with that. Harder to see it there now, but I can extrude it. So I could go and I have to pick what it is. In this here, what faces I want to sketch regions I want to extrude. I'm going to just go down to the design tree in here and pick sketch name. And you can see it's coming out from it there like that, obviously too far. What I'm going to do is actually I'm going to remove it just so it's a different feature. And I don't really want to go in 25mm, something small, maybe 2mm will be plenty. And I'm just going to rename that as the extrude name. So you can see it's cut into the surface of that. And what I could do here is I could pick the surface of the extrude and go to appearance. I want to add appearance. So the selections that I'm after picking, and I could change it to red. So all I've done was I added a face appearance and I changed the colour of it because I had it picked. So just make it stand out a little bit more. It doesn't really show that. I suppose the red is not that strong in it. Or maybe the depth maybe that it's gone to is a wee bit too deep for that, so I might just go back out and go to the extrude name and I'll edit that. Instead of 2mm, maybe just put it in 1mm. And I'll OK that. Yeah, it looks a bit better, I think. So that's the camera, the toy camera from World of Graphics. And to make it look a bit better, maybe I take away, I'll hide my planes at the end, and you can see there's a name on it, and you have the main parts of it.